Hey everyone, Corvus here. Welcome to the fifth and final episode of the Triumph of Saint Catherine project diary. So, since the last episode, I made quite some progress on the various miniatures. These figures, we'll take a closer look at them in a minute. Basically, the metallics are finished. I think the base, apart from the metallics, the sides are done, so it gives it a completely different look to it. But apart from that, was already quite finished in the previous episode. So the metallics on the other figures, and then I have been working on the cherubs, on which we'll also have a closer look now. So I find myself now in this stage that projects like this are usually in, that I see lots of work in various places, but in fact this is really the last 10% of the project that we are currently facing. Basically on these figures there's some details like some purity seals and stuff like that to be finished, but all in all most work is now on the cherubs, and after that everything can be assembled. So with a closer look, we'll start at this one. This of course looks completely different with the gold armor. Really happy with the way it looks. The only thing that's needing some more work here are the gloves. So I just base coated them in black, and the cherubs, they also have some black details here and there. I will paint this along with the details on the cherubs. Apart from that, there are some metallic details on here which are done. The candles are done. I did that also, I think, in the last episode I showed you. And then also, while I was working on the cherubs, you can see here on top, these are some arms which are attached to the cherubs. So I did these in the same skin tone that I did the cherubs in. And apart from that, not really any big surprises here with the other figures. So metallics here on the back. That's also something on this figure. Something I need to add is this banner. And on the banner I still need to do the candles as well. I will do these in red like I did with the other ones. But apart from that, this is also almost entirely done. Another detail that needs attachment is this shield, and the only thing that needs finishing here is the purity seal. So I'll also try to do that later tonight. Here also this goblet is in metallic, this crown, of course the backpacks. I think I just base coated these in black on the previous episode. This staff also looks quite different here. And then this object in the right hand, also did some gold on that. This also looks pretty much finished, this figure. And we have two of them left. The one with the rose petals, this is also done in gold. And then Saint Catherine. Did some of these rims on the armor, did this in metallics, and then added some gold here on the inside of the sword, which I think looks pretty cool. And then the cherubs that I told you about, so made some good progress on these. Started with the wings that I airbrushed a lot earlier on. I just did some subtle shading here and some highlighting. Usually I put a lot more contrast in this, but I try to stay close to the box art and do something subtle like it's on there as well. Then the skin tone is also a bit lighter than I'm used to do, but I'm happy with the result. So really this pinkish skin. And as you can see, there are a lot of metallic details on there, but also these cables which need some other colors. I will do that tonight also. Probably going to add some red and green, and then maybe paint some of these lenses here on the head, as you can see here. And then they also have these banners and some of these clothing, which is mostly done in black. So I'll do this together with the gloves of the figure on the coffin. This one I especially like, with the face mask. And just, yeah, easy and quick to paint with quite some metallics. This is another couple which is also holding this banner. So the end is in sight, yeah. So you see I got my gloves on to handle these cherubs and these smaller bits, because first when they were just primed I just used these clothespins to get a hold of them, but now all parts are painted, so I want to avoid attaching something on there. So what I also did is I completed these candles here on the top of these banners. This part can basically already be attached to, where is she, to this one, to the back of this figure, so that's something I can do before attaching all the figures to the base. And then what I just wanted to show you in this update is I finished all the purity seals, or not the seals themselves, but the parchment underneath on the purity seals which are on there. So on the shield, and there's not so much purity seals here, but there's on this big banner. But anyway, this is the same color as the banner itself. The purity seals have the same color, and the plan is to paint the seals in purple. So I did this large banner, and now you can see why I'm handling this with the gloves. So just that I can like grab these by the wings and stuff like that. I'll show you the other cherubs. But what I also am working on are these tubes, and I'm currently painting on them in yellow. So I'm going for what they did on the box art. So I think yellow, red, and green tubes, and with the red tubes, with the yellow tubes, I mean, I'm painting these. Also, we'll be painting these with the warning stripes on them. So that cherub has one yellow tube, and this one has this tube going on here, and this one also has this parchment here underneath. Let me just grab the box. I'll show you the box, what's going on there with the cherubs. So as you can see, most of them are red tubes, and this also has a metallic one, but probably going to paint this one in green. And I think this one has it's more like a bluish tube going on. And then of course, and this is what I wanted to show you, is this detailing on this parchment, which has a lot of freehand on there. I'm not planning to copy this because it's very elaborate, but I'm probably just going to paint. I like these vertical stripes on the sides, but that's a lot of work. So probably going to do some lettering like it's done here, what I usually do on purity seals when I paint Space Marines and stuff like that. So that's what I'm going to do next. So I just finished the cherub, so did all the cabling here, and then the lettering on the banners. The only thing that I just noticed that I missed are these lenses. Like this one has one in its right eye, and then this one which is holding this icon has also some kind of goggles on his face. So I'm going to paint these, thinking green. As you can see, the lettering here on the big banner is finished. Was a pretty quick job, but in the end I'm very happy with the result. Especially adding in some white details there was a good decision. Makes it really look pretty good. What I did not do was paint the back. I noticed on the box art they did it, but to me it's not really adding something. So I'm now proceeding with the lenses. This is really the last part. I will go over all the figures one last time to check for remaining work, but I think that everything is done. So then I can proceed assembling the shield and this banner, and then check how I will assemble everything on the base. So with this mounted on the base, the final assembly is kicked off. Very happy about it already. It looks great. It only has one piece on it, but very happy to get this project finally into this stage. I wanted to say this at the beginning of the video, but timing wise I think we're now approaching the 60-hour mark here on the project. So assembled this, and then I did scratch off some paints on some areas, like here on the, it's not focusing, but on the arms where the cherubs. I think these are some very important attachment points here. Here I scratched off some paint, if you can see it. Same here. And then I did the same on the various areas here on the inside of his, whoops, on the inside of the arms. Did the same thing here. Already attached the shield to Saint Catherine here, and also the banner. This is still drying, so it's on our back now. Attach this banner. So I'm now going to attach the cherubs to this, and then after that just start gluing on the various figures. So I did scratch out some paint here to make the glue stick better here on the base. So what I just do now with each figure is just remove them from the base. These were temporary base. I would just a small amount of glue, put them on there, and then scratch off the paint on the sides of these tabs, which are on the feet here. Just scratch off the paint here on the sides and then attach them to the base. So the cherubs are glued on. It wasn't really easy because I put the glue on, and then I mixed up the cherub on the back with the one in front. So it was a bit of a messy, and as you can see, the glue caused some damage here on the arm. So I will have to retouch that. The pink paint came off. There is just having difficulties focusing, but I guess you can see it on his left arm, and here as well. It's harder to see with the guy on the back. Also have a bit of glue showing. I'm trying to turn this around. This was also quite difficult here to attach this piece. And I noticed there was some gold paint missing. Also I have to take a careful look there if there's needs to be some paint retouching going on. But before I do that, especially on the arm, I need to make sure that the glue is fully cured before bringing my paint to that. So I'll continue gluing on the other figures and then probably touch up the paint tomorrow or when I finish this, but I want to make sure it's really dry, so I'll probably do the touch-ups tomorrow then. So I assembled everything, did some retouches here and there. So this is the final product. In the end, if I look at it from this angle, it looks okay, but I was looking around it in my hands previously, and I thought that, especially if you look to it from the side, that these are spaced quite far apart. It was not really something I was expecting, but anyway, this really offers a good, especially from this angle, offers a great view to the centerpiece here of this figure. I think from all angles this looked great. Only maybe if you really keep it level, it looks a bit odd here and there, but it's not too crowded. I think GW did a great job designing this, and also what I noticed, if I now put it like this, that it could be of some added value to put some markings here on the back of the largest banner, but it's a bit too late for that now. In the end, very happy with this project. It's not a figure, it's really a small diorama, a vignette, and also some details that you see now only when everything is assembled is how the cloaks go on. I mean, this is quite level, but for example, this cloak here from this figure here in the back, how this cloak drapes over the base, I think it's really something I really like. So that brings us to the end of this video, and also to the end of the video series here from the Triumph of Saint Catherine project diary. I think it's a really great project to assemble and paint, and also to document this here on YouTube. But I must honestly say that sometimes I had some difficulties stopping the work to do some recording, that I just wanted to focus on the project instead of picking up the camera. So I'm not sure if I will do a project diary like this one in the future. But anyway, I think it's a great document to have here on the channel. So it's possible that I will do this again for similar projects in the future. But anyway, if you were with me the entire series, then thank you. I'm really looking forward to seeing a comment, what you thought about this work. If you're also working on projects like this, how you tackle them. And if you liked this series and this video, then please remember to press the thumbs up button. Really helps out this video and the channel. So that's all for this series, for this video. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye.